My sister's giggle sliced through the rattle of silverware before her question landed. "You're fine keeping an eye on them, aren't you?" she asked, already reaching for her glass again. The twins scrambled onto my knees, one yanking a strand of my hair, the other dripping juice across my cuff. The table erupted in chuckles, as if it were all entertainment. No one glanced my way, not when I rose for a dish towel, not when I dabbed at the spill that wasn't mine. That evening, I didn't raise my voice or shed tears. I began gathering my things. They assumed I'd still join the family getaway. They had no clue I'd already reserved my own passageway. Before I share what came next, let me know where you're reading this from, just so I feel someone out there gets it. And once you've taken in the full account, tell me what you would have done in my place. I used to believe the quiet in our home meant calm. It didn't. It meant someone else was being praised. Every wall held evidence. Pictures of my sister's first wobble, her diploma day, her marriage vows. My stretch of the corridor stayed empty. When her outgrown outfits didn't suit me, Mom labeled it sensible. When her awards collected dust, Dad claimed we were clearing clutter. I learned young that my name didn't ring out as strongly as hers. At 15, I took first place in a writing competition. The letter arrived by post, formal and sealed. I left it on the counter while Mom tended breakfast. "That's sweet, dear," she murmured, gaze fixed on the griddle. Then the phone buzzed. My sister reporting her latest career win. By the time Mom finished the call, my letter had vanished beneath the shopping notes. In university, I served tables between lectures. Most weekends, my screen glowed with one contact, hers. "Could you look after the twins for a bit?" The bit always expanded into overnights. Their blocks scattered across my rug. Their breakfast dishes crowded my counter. When I mentioned midterms, she exhaled. "You're so fortunate to have spare hours." Dad's tone surfaced one evening when I inquired about tuition support. "We're still settling the reception bill," he said, eyes on his newspaper. The corner of the sheet quivered as he flipped it. I saw he recognized the injustice. He simply lacked the will to pause. It wasn't a single massive wound, it was countless tiny cuts. Every passed down garment, every requested favor, every soft rejection. A lifetime of being the convenient option. I once thought keeping mute preserved harmony, but harmony built on quiet isn't harmony. It's obligation. And collectors always arrive. It was meant to be my birthday meal, yet the cake already bore her children's names. "We figured combining celebrations would be cheerful," Mom explained, as though that settled it. That accounted for my candles shaped like animated creatures. The twins cheered. Everyone grinned. After the sweet course, Mom pushed an envelope my way. "We've got a treat planned," she announced. "A group vacation next week. Everything's arranged." Dad beamed. "You'll adore it, Sarah. You'll manage the boys so Liv can truly unwind." The room swayed briefly. I registered the fridge's drone, the scrape of tines on china. Then my own words. Steady and even. "I'm not coming." Quiet fell. Olivia's grin stiffened. "What do you mean?" Exactly what I said. Mom's voice tightened. "Don't cause drama." I placed my utensil down. The clang echoed lightly on the dish. "I'm not causing drama. I'm simply declining." Dad coughed, grumbled about appreciation. Olivia hissed. "You're impossible." I rose, easing my seat backward, its feet scraping the floor. "You've taken my weekends, my evenings, my endurance. Take the getaway too, but not with me." Their protests overlapped as I left. Please and blame braided together. The door shut, dulling the clamor. For the first time, the hush didn't feel like penalty. It felt like room. That night, I lifted my laptop. Tickets, accommodations, an empty search field waiting. My hands paused, then entered one term. Elsewhere. I didn't bang any exits. I didn't have to. The stillness sufficed. That night, I settled at my desk beneath the lone bulb. Its glow modest but reliable. My computer whirred as I launched a fresh spreadsheet. Expenses, housing, travel. Each heading became a column, each entry a move forward. I browsed carrier pages, weighing figures like charting an exit path. The pointer hovered over confirm. I clicked. A separate journey, a separate location, same dates as theirs. Every household noise sharpened afterward. The dryer rumbling, Dad's television blaring, Mom's conversations laced with my sister's chuckles. I'd catch phrases like, "Sarah will handle it," and imagine my name tucked into every scheme like a coaster nobody requested. I quit picking up calls, quit offering details. During workday pauses, I printed each confirmation and reservation, creased them precisely, tucked them into a plastic pocket in my binder. There was something sacred in the neatness. Figures, schedules, timestamps. I guarded each like evidence that my days finally held form beyond them. A week prior to departure, I shopped for luggage. The salesperson inquired if it was work or leisure. "Neither," I answered. "Liberation." She smiled, unaware I was serious. The case was slate, rigid-sided, silent on wheels. At home, I spread it on my mattress. Item by item, I loaded crisp tops, creased pants, my journal, the steel bottle I always used. I sealed it part way, reserving space for whatever hadn't settled yet, the sensation of departing truly. Mom tapped my door that evening. "Pack sunscreen," she reminded, confusing my shut screen for consent. I dipped my chin once, catching her image in the display. Her comment lingered long after she withdrew. The following day, Olivia messaged, "Could you grab additional treats for the kids?" I studied the note until it faded. Then I erased the chain. No response. I began rising earlier, circling the neighborhood before shifts. The pre-dawn breeze felt pristine, fresh. I rehearsed quiet there, sensing its heft in my chest. I no longer owed anyone a syllable. In the nights, I purged my inbox, canceled every subscription linked to their labels. I sorted my finances, halted every automatic draw connected to joint costs. My existence narrowed to necessities: what I made, what I retained, what I selected. Maya, a colleague, observed. "You've gone subdued," she noted over lattes. "Perhaps I'd exhausted my justifications," I said. She pressed no further, and I appreciated it. 2 evenings before their takeoff, I paused before the hall mirror, bordered by the portraits Mom cherished. Olivia's bridal beam reflected back. My own image appeared unfamiliar, steadier, yet aged somehow. I lifted the frame, turned it downward. The gentle thump on the surface rang conclusive. Later, I composed one text draft and held it. "I'm taking my own holiday. Have a good one." I hadn't dispatched it yet. Merely viewing it cued in drafts steadied my heartbeat. The final night in the house, anticipation crackled. Bags lined the entry. The twins dashed along the passage in identical caps. Mom's checklist drifted from the cooking area. I remained in my space, headphones in, feigning a film. My case was already stowed in my vehicle's rear. At 12, I verified the itinerary again. On schedule. I drew one deliberate breath, switched off the light, and allowed the dark to rest. My device glowed once. Olivia's note. Excited for our getaway. I shut it down without answering. That night, I rested more deeply than in ages. Dawn arrived softly. The aroma of brew wafted from downstairs. The home bustling. I glided just as softly, passing their gaping valises, past Mom repeating sunscreen requests. I offered only, "I'll catch up there." They grinned, preoccupied, trusting it. The ride to the terminal blurred with dawn and road markers. I left my car at another section, handed over luggage, and observed clusters hurry with the same weariness I'd borne for years. At my boarding area, I claimed a seat by the glass, eyeing aircraft rise like confidences escaping. When my zone was summoned, I activated my device, found the stored note, and pressed send. "I'm taking my own holiday. Have a good one." Then I silenced it and slipped it away. No one witnessed my departure. The terminal buzz was endless. Announcements, rollers, destinations meaning little to me. My relatives were likely elsewhere in the building, managing passes, packs, and the twins. I envisioned it without looking. Mom fretting, Olivia half reprimanding, Dad striving for calm. They'd assume I was finding parking, perhaps fetching tea. For once, I relished that they weren't searching for me. I proceeded to my area, presented my ticket, and boarded a craft bound the opposite way. The cabin carried scents of alloy and filtered breeze. When the fasten sign illuminated, I shut my lids. The ascent was gentle and assured, abandoning Phoenix like an old routine I'd surpassed. Hours on, my device hummed the instant I restarted it. Scores of unanswered rings, then more. Messages piled like cards. "Where are you? Gate C3. We're boarding, Sarah. Your sister's upset. This is self-centered. Pick up now." By landing, there were hundreds. The latest stated, "You spoiled our holiday." I left them unread. I joined the gradual queue to luggage, the belt revolving, sounds merging into hush. My slate case emerged, gliding toward me like an ending. I lifted it, its mass anchoring me. Beyond the doors, humidity struck dense, briny, vivid. The coastal air carried lotion and kelp. I registered at the resort, signed my name, surrendered the voucher like private testimony. The attendant smiled. "Welcome," he said. I nodded, too drained to reciprocate. In my quarters, I set the case against the wall and perched on the mattress edge. The device vibrated anew. Mom, Olivia, Dad, all crowding the display. For an instant, remorse throbbed. Brief, raw, mortal. Then it ebbed like surf retreating. I flipped the phone, display down, and gazed upward. Somewhere, my relatives were doubtless debating in a waiting area, the twins wailing, Olivia seething. I imagined Mom's tone cracking when she grasped I wasn't on any connecting flight. They'd name it disloyalty. I named it equilibrium. The The following dawn, I strolled to the water's edge before light. The horizon blushed faint peach, the sea inhaling in measured cadence. I pressed my toes into damp grains and allowed the bubbles to graze my skin. The quiet here was distinct, pure, chosen. When I eventually glanced at my device, power was low. Alerts merged, now voicemails, charges. You're thankless. You humiliated us. We relied on you. I swiped once, then pressed until the chain quivered. Erase all. The soft click it produced was the sole answer I provided. I passed the remainder of the morning drifting through the seaside stalls. Vendors called rates, youngsters pursued gulls. No one knew me here, and for the first time, that namelessness felt like refuge. I purchased a tiny conch charm from a seller. Its curve was sleek, cool, flawless in its flaws. Holding it to the sun, I recalled the juice glass tipping at home, hue spreading into fabric, and how now, at last, I could simply allow it to fade. That dusk, I flipped open my journal and inscribed one sentence: liberation doesn't come with trumpets. It comes when nobody watches you slip away. Then I shut the pages and set it beside the room card. Beyond, the breeze turned, bearing distant mirth from along the shore. For a heartbeat, it echoed hers, my sister's. But it wasn't. It was merely the planet continuing as it always has. Daybreak filtered through the sheer drapes, gentle and muted. The waves murmured against the coast beyond my glass, constant and unconcerned. I prepared coffee in the compact maker, its scent biting and steadying. My device rested face down on the stand, silent at last. I didn't touch it. I carried my mug to the railing. Below, the sand lay open, save a handful of early comers hauling seats into place. No twins, no summons, just expanse enough to inhale. I hadn't grasped how noisy my days had been until they stilled. I reopened my journal. The prior night's sentence waited: liberation doesn't come with trumpets. Under it, I added another: it lingers when you quit regretting the desire for it. The nib leaked slightly on the sheet, dye seeping into the weave. It felt lasting, like a vow. Later, I wandered the tide line, letting the wash obliterate my tracks as I advanced. I considered every past self that had stayed mute at the dining surface, in the kitchen, at the margin of every group portrait. I once believed quiet was protection. Now I knew it could be shield as well. By midday, I closed my pack. The case zipped with one crisp snap, decisive and complete. I left the key on the counter beside a scribble for staff, thank you. No forwarding, no signature.